Sophie.
The person of FOG, Ian, Patton, all members present, I feel so happy to be before you, dressed the way I am, not the way I am there. I want to say I'm one of you, I'm one with you. I've dressed like this simply for you to see how a Ugandan lady should dress. And most of you have admired me. This is our traditional wear. I dress as a religious nun, just the way you see me. So immediately after here, after the occasion, you will see a sister like that. I'll go quickly remove this. 15 years ago, I dressed like this. I joined religious life 15 years ago. And today it is my remembrance of my family life back at home. So I'm Sister Sophie Akim from Uganda. I live in the eastern part of Uganda called Soroti. I work with children with disabilities, and our center is called St. Francis Rehabilitation Home. It is a new home, just as Malcolm said, in 2006. 2006 is when you saw that sister pointing. Not 2004, Malcolm, sorry. 2004 we were in Madeira. So I just want to tell you that I'm here, most privileged, to stand before you to say a big thank you to each one of you, FOG members, associate of FOG, all the friends I've met while I'm here in the UK. We've done so much. I've been part of, most of you have been in almost 8 families. I've felt that love. I've felt the care. I've felt the concern. Leave alone each time when you send for me money to help the children. This time I've felt I've been part of the family, and for all of you, I say thank you. For all of you being here at this time, you would be doing something great at home or having your social evening. But I really thank you for being with us, for joining FOG members. And today, we are spreading the gospel of FOG. FOG working in Uganda. Now, for St. Francis Rehabilitation Home, we've been having lots of problems, us being a new home. Beginning in 2006 is when we acquired the plots and building began. So, building and our work without means of transport could not move far. And FOG managed to get for us the van you are seeing behind. In the center, we do rehabilitation services to our children. We have to go miles and miles to get children with disabilities, because if you don't look for them, they remain in the villages. They remain locked out. And our work is to go out, get these children, take them for operation. We call it corrective surgeries, and give them, make them have better mobility and better livelihood. So with the support we've got from FOG, this beautiful ambulance you are seeing, I just want to echo once again, thank you so much for what you've done to us. I'm standing on behalf of the children of St. Francis Rehabilitation Center and all those institutions FOG is supporting, to say thank you. And I will still continue talking.
So Sophie, you've had many children go through the home. Tell us one of the success stories, and people might get their heads around how it works from finding a child out in the bush somewhere to actually them being able to walk. Tell us about a success story.
First of all, I think I have so many success stories because when you see the work we've done from 2006 to 2011, we are able to acquire the plots, we are able to build dormitories, and we are able to build a place where these children can learn vocational skills. So these successful stories I'm talking about, I'll talk about the children we have operated. That is the core. First of all, I'm happy because Malcolm has been running many children whose lives have been improved. Otherwise, just at the background, we have Fred and Bernadette. Fred had cleft foot, and the parents could not afford taking Fred for operation because operation is very costly in Uganda. And especially if it is an orthopedic case, you have to pay much. So when Fred was brought to our center, we took Fred to an orthopedic hospital, that is Kumi, and Fred was operated. And now as we are talking, he has gone back to his home, well treated and back to normal life. That is a successful story. And we have Bernadette, who had cleft lip and palate. And the parents thought that was the end of the girl. She was abandoned at home. So when we did outreach program, we were able to get Bena, and she had her lips and the cleft repaired, and today she's living normal life and she's at school. And for us, we feel so grateful for that.
But it doesn't always work out. You know, sometimes there are times when it doesn't work, maybe have problems. Can you tell us a little bit about where things don't always go right?
Yeah, as some of you might already know, that it is not easy to bring up a child, and more so in Uganda, whereby, first of all, poverty drains us. Now, in cases like for the boy, we are seeing, that is Martin. Martin is now 9 years old. But Martin was brought and abandoned at our gate in the center 6 years ago. The reason being, the father has mental disability and he moves so wild. And the mother, because wanted to preserve the life of Martin according to her, which to me was not good, she decided to bring the boy, and very early in the morning wrapped him and left him at the gate, knowing maybe I would not accept the boy. I don't know really what was behind her mind. But we got Martin, and Martin had polio. After taking Martin to the hospital, the doctor told us he has polio, post-polio, because now he was like 5 years. And because of poor care, he had developed bad bed sores. And because of polio still, he has incontinence of both bowel and urine. So the mother saw it too much to keep the boy at home. That's why he brought the boy and left at our gate. But today, as I'm talking, Martin underwent operation, and with the doctor's advice, we've given him wheelchair. But the problem still remains, the incontinence, which we are still trying to now and again attend to him. So in such a case, we've not finished with our rehabilitation work. It is rather hard, but we know in the future Martin will be a better person. And I want to tell you that among us, there are those who are supporting Martin directly through his operation, his studies. He's a very bright boy. He's in primary 4, and we are grateful for that.
Sister, you started with a field 6 years ago. I have a great photograph of Sister Sophie. We arrived in the Land Rover and she showed us this field. And we went, you need a bit of imagination here, don't you? But then Sophie's phone rang. She was on that phone for 15 minutes. And I felt sorry for whoever was on the end of that phone, because they were going to say anything. They were going to say yes to whatever she asked. This woman makes change. And that's the way FOAG works. This isn't about what we think is a great idea, is it, Sophie? This is about finding you and other Ugandans who have got plenty of drive, ambition and intelligence, loads of support, and we back them. We back them, and that's how farm schemes, children's homes, nurse training, all these things get started. So, Sophie, you're not going to stop here, are you? What do you see next for St Francis Centre? What do you see coming along? What would you like to do next?
Yeah, as we've just been talking about rehabilitation, the main objective of the home is rendering rehabilitation services to children with disability. That will still remain our focus, that for the coming more years we want to continue with many children being rehabilitated and hence living better lives. But still, we want to continue because we've already put a place where we teach them dressmaking and baking. We still want to continue extending that project so that we teach them more on skills and we teach them dressmaking, and we are able still to employ some of them and they are able to work and earn their living and live a better lives.
Some of you might remember, if you were at our Christmas event, that Sophie inspired a sewing machine project because she's got some great kids coming through who are really good on the treadle sewing machine or the old hand crank sewing machine. Remember those? And we were actually hatching a plan, aren't we, to set up. Do you want to just tell people a little bit about that?
Yeah, the next plan we are up to is, because we train our children and they go back home, we resettle them home. But now we are starting a project whereby we open up a place and we get some machines and we train, we employ some of those children to come and work so that they are able to generate money. They go out, look for business, and then like making school uniforms, school bags, clothes for people, and then they are able to sell, and we get more money in order to keep buying machines for those who are finishing, and we are able to resettle others peacefully.
That's excellent. So it's not just constantly relying on charity, although of course for operations we need that. Yeah. It's actually also as equal partners in this FOAG-Uganda relationship, you know, stimulating and helping them stand on their own feet. So, sister, just to finish off, you know, what does the relationship between FOAG and your home mean to you? How would you describe it?
Our relationship is more of hope and continuous success. As I've just told you, FOAG has done so much to our center. Through FOAG, we are able to take so many children for rehabilitation. FOAG has bought for us the van we've just seen. FOAG has built for us kitchen, and right now we've just we've just sent in money for putting the stoves, the oven stove. So with all that, we have the hope that together with FOAG, we are able to continue even excelling more, and hence many children with disability will live a better life and a better future.
Which is, thank you, which is a perfect entry to what we're trying to do at the minute. We've committed to buying really fuel-efficient stoves, which can be fitted into the kitchen. If you went to the kitchen at your home currently, how would you describe the kitchen? You know, I'm thinking of banana leaves and a real shack. How would you describe it?
Our kitchen right now is like half London, with tiles, stoves. I mean, we want those children to feel part of the world. They're already marginalized, so we want to try always to offer the best we can, and that's what we are doing. So
we're raising money at the minute to buy these stoves. Who can tell me, treasurer or someone who can tell me how much these stoves are going to be? Oh, there you are.
3,500, and we paid for them earlier this week.
Right, and we now have to get the money. So so dig deep. So I hope you've got a good insight into FOAG there. Please join me in thanking Sister Sophie Akim and Malcolm Radcliffe.